And oh, that looks like an arrow. I'm a true Sagittarius. That's how you know I had a good sleep. Wow. That's so spooky. It literally looks like an arrow. Does this mean I'm like a true born Sagittarian? Sagittarian? Is that a word? Sagittarius are born. I look dead. My hair's a mess. I was gonna curl it, but I can't be arsed. I'm just about to film my wrap up for November. Watch me ramble for like 30 minutes, even though I have like no books to talk about. What the hell? I just filmed my wrap up. I took the opportunity while the house was free just to... That was for me last week. I took the opportunity while the house was free to film my wrap up, and now someone started following me on Instagram. Hey girl, hey! Good morning, Oscar! Good morning, my chickadee. Chickatita, tell me what's wrong. He loves me really. So I took the opportunity, the house is free, film my wrap up. I was gonna be filming the Sagittarius book tag, but you know, I haven't actually thought up of any books to go along with the prompts, so probably not gonna bother. Yay.
A month later, it's emerged. Woo!
I got a twirl!
Yay!
Come on, Oscar, let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Oscar! What is wrong? Why don't you want to come this way? Oscar, are you serious? Come on. Please? Okay. Fine. We'll go have it your way. Oh, look at that. Look at you. This dog, I swear to God, he would walk anywhere. Back in the day, he would go anywhere. You could drag him all around town and he'd be so happy. But now that he's gotten older, he's so picky. He only wants to go down one path, and I'm sick of it. He'll go down one path and that is it. He has his preferences and that's that. You're a right pain, do you know that? You know that? Goodness me. What? Get in! Come in! What is wrong? Come on! You are a strange dog, you know that? You know that? Good boy. Why are you standing like this? Why must you... Why are you standing like this? Get down your legs. Oscar, you're about to come down these stairs, boy. Get your legs. Get your legs. Yeah. How are you looking? Oh my goodness. So, okay, I finally figured out why I didn't like, or I don't like the main character of the book I'm currently reading. Or I figured out a few things. going off of what I was saying last night, so I realised, okay, one of the first things was I realised why I didn't like the main character, and the reason why I think I'm not a big fan of the main character, who's like the private investigator trying to solve the disappearance of a man, is that I feel like she comes across as very overconfident, a bit full of herself even, and it's like the book's told from like a first person narrative, but a lot of the times she's not even speculating, she's acting as if she knows what other people are thinking. She's coming across as a bit of a know-it-all in the sense of like in a psychic way. Like sometimes you find like with, especially like in third person, they always say that about, sometimes you find that an author will say something and it's like, but your character couldn't possibly know that. You can't just tell us that, because if the character doesn't know that, you know, I forget what all the different kind of terminology is for writing perspectives, but like there is a way when it's like third person, but this isn't even third person, this is first person, and our character is acting like she knows things when she possibly couldn't. She couldn't possibly know what somebody else was thinking. Oh yeah, that was something else. She said that about one of the women. It was like, she recognised me, and I was like, well, how do you know that she recognised you? What's the signs that she made? Right, don't just tell me that she recognised you, because the character didn't say that she recognised you. She didn't do anything to make me think that she did recognise you. But yeah, she's coming across as a bit know-it-all, and I hate the fact that, I said it last night as well, but like every time she's talking to people, she's telling you, me, the reader, her theories, and she's making assumptions so fast, and I don't really like that. I don't know why. I think it's different when sometimes a character does kind of rattle off like theories, but she says it after like every time she interviews somebody, or every time she speaks to somebody, she comes up with all her theories and she'll start talking about things, and she's just jumping from one thing to another, and it's like, slow down bitch, slow down. I realised something as well. Because the character is very much like a bit of a know-it-all, she's obviously smart, she's a private investigator, I found that sometimes I feel like it's like trying too hard to be like Sherlock Holmes. And I think the reason I don't like it is because normally when you have a character like that, you don't normally get told the book from their perspective. So for example, you know, when it comes to like Sherlock Holmes, we're getting everything told from the perspective of John Watson. He's the guy telling you the story, which I think actually works a lot better, because if you were in the mind of Sherlock, I haven't read all of Sherlock, I haven't read anything actually, so I can't really talk or compare it to that, but I'm assuming everything's told from John's perspective, I think. But I feel like if it would be told from Sherlock's mind, could you just imagine how obnoxious it would be, and how if he was just rattling off all his theories, it maybe wouldn't be as interesting as being told from John? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think that's why I don't like the main character so much, but she is a bit snobby, she's a bit full of herself, and she's a bit too know-it-all in like a psychic sense, that she's coming up with all these theories and that, and it's like, and also the characters. Oh my goodness. I know that it's set in like your stereotypical small English village where you have a vicar, you have a police officer, you have gossips and this and that. Every single character is the most cliched person. I think that was something I realised last night. I mentioned this last night about how the way the characters were being described to me, they were getting this kind of just basic description, and I think to begin with I couldn't realise why I didn't like this so much, but I think I realised it's because as I was reading it, and the more I've been reading it, I realised that every character is just so cookie cutter. It's like the angry foreman who's he gets compared to being like a bull, and he's angry and I hate women kind of thing, and women should know their place, and the police officer who doesn't want to believe her, and the gossip, the vicar's sister. I'm surprised it's not the vicar's wife, it's the vicar's sister, is a bit of a gossip and a know-it-all, and it's like, oh my goodness me, this is like every small English village ever written about and put on TV. I can't deal with it. It's just the same. But anyway, I'm on page 70 of like 380, so 310 pages to go. Yay. Great. I just had to get that off my chest. I had to have a little rant about that because, honest to God, I'm over it. I'm already over it. I won't be reading any more in this series. I just cannot abide by Kate Shackleton. And you know what? I really hope that this woman doesn't actually turn out to be her sister. That would be a nice plot twist. I'm not really expecting much from this book, to be perfectly honest. I'm not expecting it to shock me. I'm not expecting it to be like this great mystery or thriller that suddenly the unexpected happens. I'm expecting it to be quite plain and simple, like a show like Midsummer Murders, your basic kind of TV drama that's set in like these little small English villages and someone's died and then it turns out that he was killed for this reason or it was an accident or whatever. I'm not expecting it to be anything great dramatic, but it would be nice if it was. We shall see. We shall see.
Here's what you can
Oh, what? Where to begin? Where to begin? My makeup is kind of smudged. I need to wash it off. I am currently on page... Where am I? Page 126. I'm currently on page 126. I'm about... Is that a quarter? Don't know. I'm getting there. I still feel like all the characters and the setting, it's just very cliche. All the characters we've met, and I feel like the overall mystery isn't that exciting. I feel like it's probably gonna be one of the characters we've already met, and I don't really care all that much, to be perfectly honest. I feel like it's not all that interesting. If this was a TV show, if this was like an episode of Midsummer Murders or just Murder, She Wrote, yeah, I would probably enjoy it. I would find the mystery exciting. You know, it could wrap up in about an hour. But as a book, it's not really... Maybe I just haven't read an awful lot of like easy murders, you know, like I don't read an awful lot of like easy murders in like a kind of close setting where it's like a local man's disappeared and what's happened to him, and is it his best friend, is it his work colleagues, is it his boss, is it his wife? It's like that is a TV show. Yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy the mystery. I enjoy trying to solve the case, see what happened. But as a book, as a 380 page book, these kind of murders aren't really my sort of thing. I just want a bit more excitement. I want a body as well. Like, where is the man alive? Is he dead? Is he gonna show up and he's actually alive? Probably not. But wouldn't that be the greatest plot twist? There is no murder in the afternoon, although somebody else just died. I couldn't believe it. Somebody else has just died. I don't know. Maybe I should read more of these kind of like Agatha Christie type books. Maybe I should read some Agatha Christie. That would be great. But so far, it's okay. I'm gonna persevere with it. But the main character, private investigator, she comes across a little bit obnoxious. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna go speak to my dad, who's the... what is he, the superintendent of something? And I'm gonna make him make the sheriff investigate the case and take it seriously. And I'm like, really? Wow, you're gonna just ask your dad for a favor, like, already? But the character does come across as quite like she thinks she's Sherlock Holmes or something. Maybe she is good at solving mysteries, but I don't remember Miss Marple ever being this full of herself, or Jessica Fletcher. There was something, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because when you're reading a book and it's a first person narrative, you're getting like an insight into their minds, whereas like when it comes to TV shows like Murder, She Wrote, I'm just gonna keep comparing it to that because that's a show I watch a lot. When you're watching a TV show, you don't really know what a character's thinking. You get an idea because of the dialogue between them and maybe another character, or maybe they will kind of hint at things, or maybe just talk aloud or whatever, but it mostly is always through dialogue. So I feel like you do get an idea of what they're thinking, but because it's not like a book where you're literally directly getting to know their thoughts, maybe Jessica Fletcher would come across as quite obnoxious and entitled and maybe a bit of a snob and a know-it-all if we saw her into her mind. But I feel like it's quite nice when they're explaining stuff to other people rather than just... Kate keeps coming with all these random theories and I'm like, slow down, honestly, slow down. You're just... whatever. Anyway, moving on. But I'm gonna just get ready for bed and maybe read some more. But I've read about more than 50 pages tonight, so that's good. I might not read any more in bed because I don't tend to actually read much at night anymore, like when I'm in bed, which is weird because that's when I used to do all my reading, but not anymore. I do most of my reading in the afternoon, which is when I also murder. That did not work. So I'm gonna get ready for bed. Yay.